So the president holding another packed rally tonight as the pandemic rages on, with more rallies set for the rest of the week. Dr. Anthony Fauci warning that hosting political rallies is asking for trouble. The Daily Show's Jordan Klepper went to a Trump campaign rally in Pennsylvania just days before Trump's coronavirus diagnosis, and the same day as the super spreader event at the White House to nominate Amy Coney Barrett to the Supreme Court. So here's what rally-goers said about wearing masks to prevent the spread of coronavirus.
What do you think about the whole mask situation right now? Are you worried about COVID?
For me, me personally, I'm not worried, but my dad has underlying health conditions.
Okay.
So if he gets it, he's gonna be in trouble.
Why come here and take that risk if your dad has health issues?
Just to see Trump.
You're pro-life.
Of course.
It's important for Americans to do whatever they can to protect a human life.
Yes.
Why aren't you wearing a mask?
I mean, again, it's a personal choice, I think. If everybody was wearing them and everybody said put a mask on, I would respect everybody's wishes and put it on. We're not cheap.
You're not cheap. You're not cheap. But if everybody here was wearing masks...
If everybody was wearing them, well, again, we're not cheap.
You're not cheap.
We're not.
So you're going to look at what everybody's doing and you're going to follow
That's
along.
it.
The president has convinced his supporters that not wearing masks is okay. I'll repeat it to any chance I get. Experts say that wearing a mask helps prevent the spread of COVID-19. And that's not the only misinformation resonating with the president's supporters. Take voting by mail.
I think mail-in ballots is not going to be fair because it leads to fraud and stuff.
You don't trust mail-in ballots?
Not at all.
The president uses mail-in ballots.
Yeah, they're going to use mail-in ballots for this upcoming election, right?
Right. But the president himself uses mail-in ballots.
Oh, he does? Where?
That's how he votes. He mails it in.
That's different.
How's it different?
I don't know. I honestly didn't know that. I don't even know what you're talking about.
But you do know it's different.
Another fact worth repeating, there is no evidence of widespread voter fraud. None. So here with more is Jordan Klepper, contributor to The Daily Show with Trevor Noah. Jordan, it's good to see you. I've been watching you do this since the last election, 2016. It's really just unbelievable, some of the things that people say. You spoke to a Trump supporter and you asked if he was better off than he was 4 years ago. Listen to this and then we'll talk about it.
Are you in a better place than you were 4 years ago?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Is America in a better place than they were 4 years ago?
I believe absolutely.
We have higher unemployment, we have 200,000 people dead due to COVID, and we have riots in the streets.
Yes, let me just tell you this much. Yes, I'm doing much better. I'm literally making 4 times as much as I was making when Obama was president.
What do you do?
I work for a debt relief company.
Yeah.
I can't, you don't even have to try, but the supporter said that he is a debt collector, and he explains why he's better off. I mean, tell me, what is going on here?
Well, I think somebody's coming for my job. It's really difficult. We're in an economic downturn, but when a comedian goes out and somebody is writing comedic copy on the fly that's better than anything you could come up with, you start to get scared.
Do you ever, do you stand there and is it just, it has to be unbelievable to you. I have not been out this political season to a campaign rally, and I thought after all of the madness that has happened over the past 4 years, that there may be a different sort of mood or sentiment at Trump rallies. Has much changed since 2016 or 2015?
I mean, I feel like the one that I just went to last week, you feel there's still an energy there, and that's undeniable. There was 4 years ago. But if you were going to the Spin Doctors for the first time, they were exciting, their first big tour out. If you're still going to Spin Doctors concerts 4 years later, you might be excited about the hits, but you've heard that song over and over again. And so at a Trump rally, people are excited to be there. There's something in the air, COVID, I believe, but they've done this before. They've heard this story over and over again. And so I do think there is a tamper down in energy levels. But there is also a double down in the things they believe, because it's not about politics anymore. It's not an audition for a job. It's an ideology rally, and it's all about identity.
Our very own Gary Tuckman talked to Trump supporters at the president's rally tonight in Florida. A lot of people said that they didn't want to wear a mask. What you saw was not an isolated incident there, right?
No, I mean, what I was surprised about, we asked people why they weren't wearing masks, and most people had masks on them. It's, I'm used to going out, and oftentimes, much like conservatives will carry the Constitution in the pocket so they can shame a liberal, I feel like that has been replaced by a mask to shame a liberal. Most people weren't wearing them, but they were aware that they should have them. I think that actually struck me. I was sort of expecting the narrative of a month and a half ago, where this was a hoax or nothing to be aware of. It was as bad as the flu. But it seems that people understood we should have masks, which is why it's so infuriating, because if Donald Trump set that example and did everything against what he's done up until this point, there could be a real effect. People have the mask, they're in their pocket, they're waiting for somebody to tell them, put it on, you don't look stupid, see if you can save 80,000 lives over the next 6 months. But that call hasn't gone out.
They're waiting for Trump to tell them to put them on.
Well, no, it's today, so
Yeah.
I guess he had other important topics to talk about.
Yeah, he wants to kiss everyone in the audience, and yet, if the president says put on a mask, they'll put it on. They're waiting for him to tell them to put on a mask. Is that what you're telling me?
They will jump in line. I'm amazed at how quickly the narrative shift. As with the president, you know, he sets the tone for those rallies, and they want to go to the big parade in town, and I can empathize with that. The president tells them what to wear to the parade, and I think they would put on a mask. They should put on a mask. He won't tell them to do it, and until he does, you're going to see what you see every day.
Just quickly before I have to go here, does any of the people you are speaking to, because you have a way of catching them in their own words and thoughts, do they ever get it in the moment, or are they just confused by the logic of what you're pointing out to them? Are they confused by? Do people ever go, "Oh, wow, I get it"? Is there ever an epiphany?
Well, I think there's people aren't used to follow-up questions. I had an epiphany when I was talking to folks about the impeachment hearings months ago, I think an eternity ago. And I remember asking people, this was the time when Trump didn't want Bolton to speak, and he was withholding witnesses from testifying. And I talked to people, and they were, he didn't do anything. And one woman I remember speaking to, and she said, you know, I believe Donald Trump. He's open about everything. He's not hiding anything at all. And I asked her, well, he is stopping witnesses from testifying. And she took a beat, and she registered it. And she responded, I don't care.
Yeah.
And to me, that was it in a nutshell. Like contradiction is only revealing of the lie you tell yourself. And I think that's what I see at these rallies.
Jordan, it's great work. Seriously, say hello to Trevor. People still call me Trevor on the street and ask me for my autograph. I don't even explain to them anymore that I'm not Trevor Noah. He's much better looking and younger. But
Take the love wherever you can get.
I have to go, but thank you. Come back, keep up the great work, and be safe, okay, out there.